Hi everyone, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all of you. So, last week I have shared with you about this series on QuickBooks Online Test Drive. So, I have introduced about the main features of QuickBooks Online, and then second, I also introduced about the use of the gear icon here. So today I am going to tour you inside the banking tab. Okay, so this is the banking tab. Okay, okay, so we are now here in the banking tab. So to go here, just click on banking here, and then it will bring you on this window. So here, as you can see that uh, the banks are updating, so it is fetching new bank feeds from the bank. So for example, if your QuickBooks Online is connected to your Bank of America or Wells Fargo, then that is possible in QuickBooks Online. That is really possible in QuickBooks Online, and that will make our life easier and uh, make our work faster. Okay, so here we have two bank accounts, that is the checking and the savings, and then we have one credit card, which is the MasterCard. Okay, so what we can do inside the banking tab is that you can see all the bank transactions. So as bookkeepers or as business owners, we want to record all transactions that we have done for our business. So it's for example, this one is a money received transaction, so it might be an income transaction. So this one is a spent transaction, so this might be an expense transaction. So for review tab, that means that the transactions are not yet inside QuickBooks Online. So it's not yet in the report. It's still outside, but inside the for review tab here in QuickBooks Online. So we have to, one by one, we have to categorize those transactions and put each transaction to their respective accounts. Okay. So if you click on here, these are the transactions that have been categorized. So here it says that you haven't categorized any transaction. So if we are going to categorize one transaction, it will go to the categorized transaction. Okay, excluded, that means that if you saw some like double entries here, sometimes the bank is feeding uh, not only one transaction but two transactions, but if you check on the bank statement, it's only one. So you have to exclude that one transaction, which is the duplicate. Okay, so we are now going to record or categorize the transaction here. Okay, so let's say that this is an income account. So first, you have to find a match if there is an invoice matching the transaction. So 55, so there's no invoice. Okay, so in that case, if there's no invoice, then you just categorize directly the transactions. If it's sales, you just put sales and then add. Okay, but if for example this one, it found a match here, so if it found a match, then you have to match the transaction so that it will not create any duplicate. Okay, so that's how we categorize the transaction. Okay, so same thing with if you categorize expenses, for example. So let's say this is an expense.